then I can stay a little higher on a peek out. The lower I am on my knees, the more I will need to go to my hip. So here's what we need. We need a posted arm. I've got my elbow posted. I've lost the legs, and yep, this is it. Now he's cleared this room for me. I need a post under my chest. Right now, it's my left elbow. That's good, because that lets me open up some room on my right side. My left knee is going to come at an angle into him and not straight out to the side. We're going to angle that closer to him, so I start to close the distance. And my head is going to start drifting out to the side. Now you can see chest over knee relationship is strong. My leg is posted, so I have drive. And now it's a formality of making sure that my head gets behind him. And really how we're going to make that happen is with the path of my elbow, my right arm. My right arm is going to take a path where my bicep wants to stay as close to my ear as I can take it with my flexibility and maneuverability, and go from this position of forward position to where I'm trying to touch my elbow into my right pocket. So as I make some headway, make some room, my arm is going to begin that motion. As my knee gets outside and gets to that angle, my right elbow is going to stay as close, it's going to stay as close to my ear as possible so that I get this action where my elbow gets to my back pocket, and that's it. Once we're out to the side, now I'm starting to turn. We hit this peek out, I start turning to the back, and now we have that back turtle position. The ideal time to hit a peek out is, you can hit a peek out even if you're in static position. But the ideal time to hit a peek out is when his momentum is drifting away. So as the legs come out, his momentum drifts away. I can get out from underneath him, and it's kind of hard for him to stop. He's got downward pressure, his legs are starting to come out, and then we get out from underneath him. If if you're static, there might be a little time where you might want to feel like you're going to fake to the left and go towards your right, just to make sure that we don't get countered or throw him off a little bit. But again, he's on top. I got my single, but now I'm getting sprawled. I lost the leg. So the position where I'm starting to lose the leg, it's go time. Okay, your elbow is under the knee. In this case, I'm on both knees, so I'm gonna have to sit to my hip. I give myself some space. My knee's gonna cut an angle out towards him. Not straight sideways, so more or less that 45-degree angle. My right elbow or bicep is going to comb my ear, just rub onto my ear, and then touch the back pocket. When you put all those things together, it looks like this. It's a very quick, very short motion that gets us out from underneath somebody and behind them. Again, favorable is to go on the arm side, his overhook side, rather than the neck side, especially when we have guillotines that we can do. We can strangle each other. So I want us to be very careful going to an arm side because we're looking up, exposing our neck. We go to the strangle side. We go to the arm side, a little more lower risk, a higher percentage of success. So one more time. We got a single. You begin sprawling. I do a short sit. This elbow combs my hair, and now we're going to come up off this leg. There are a lot of times you're not going to need to use this left arm at all. You're just going to come to the back. There are going to be times where you're going to want to catch this leg with your left arm, come to the back of the turtle, and begin your turtle breakdowns, your stiff arm breakdowns, etc., etc. So peek out, one of our more favorable positions when we hit a single and we begin losing the leg, we're going to hit our peek out right away. Okay, when you are able to capture that single, sometimes when you don't, but it's, in my opinion, it's a lot better if we actually have the leg. If you don't want to wrestle, totally fine. You can choose to sit inside and get underneath the legs at any given time, especially when you have the control of that high shin. So what that looks like is essentially this. I was able to get his leg. So I was able to get, as Lance sprawled, I was able to get the high shin. And now we're going to sit back in there. It looks like It's the same sort of reshot. It looks like we're gonna go and re-wrestle, but instead this time I'm gonna pull Lance onto me, and as I pull, I'm gonna post. I'm gonna pull this leg right to my hip, and there's my inside leg position. Once we're here, of course, we have Ashigarami entries, we have full reaping entries, and we have reverse X if we choose to lift and get to the inside Senkaku position. But that pathway is going to be open. So if you choose that if you know, hey, I'm not a strong wrestler, I don't choose to wrestle or wrestle up from these positions, and you have the leg, well, another option is just to sit in and get in on legs, whether it's X guard, whether it's reverse X guard, whether it's Ashigarami entries, whether it's full reap. That's up to you. And that whole gateway now, that pathway is right here. So let's look one more time at how we would get on the legs. Again, in my opinion, let's get that high shin. Let's really master that high shin control, because it'll let you pull somebody's legs right over your hip line, and it will make leg pummeling pretty difficult if we have that high shin. So I was able to get that his single. He sprawled, and I'm just kind of on my knees, having a little bit of a hard time. So now we take our reshot. That's important. Again, if I'm to the hip, this leg is tucked. It's ready for an inside position. We have a post with our elbow. Our head is up, and that gives us that strength. Now I'm just going to bring Lance right on top of me. I'm going to make sure I post on the leg here so I'm not pulling him to the mount. My leg was in inside position. It's going to come right up the middle. His leg goes to my hip, and then the game is on. Whatever you choose from here, whether it's over wrap X would be an overhook, whether it's full X if I scoop the leg, whether it's reverse X, whether it's Ashigaramis, whether it's just going right into heel hooks. It's up to you. That pathway will be open. So again, making sure that we have the high shin, making sure that our reshot is here, and making sure that as we pull this leg up over our hip, that this knee stays tucked and we stay posted on the far leg, so that there's no way I'm pulling him to the mount. That would not be good. So we have that knee in the inside, and we can get into Ashigaramis and X guards, etc., etc. All right, again, this technique is because I have the leg. Now, because there's a big difference, and essentially what this really is, these are turtle escapes. I mean, we're on the turtle position. Even if I'm not on my knees, if I'm up on my toes, essentially, I have turtled. The difference between what we're doing now is that I have control of Lance's leg. That's a massive difference. You need that to wrestle, to sit into legs productively, and to do this, where we actually just pull them into the half guard. The approach that we're going to do now is we're going to make sure that we don't just go into half guard and relax on a half guard. I still want us to have a wrestling mindset in our heads, so that when I pull them into the half guard, we're going to stay posted on our elbow. Again, this is all coming because I have that leg. So it's that single leg capture drill. So I have the leg, Lance sprawls, and because I still have control of his leg with that high shin, when I take my reshot, we can still pull him right onto me because we have control of the leg. That's very important, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to lift him and pull him in. Now, do you need to put this leg in a half guard? No, you do not. I could try to just step over with my right leg, but